Hello everybody, Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. This is gonna be a guide on the Artifacts Forge. We got the patch 2.2 release today, a lot of new stuff happening, a lot of bugs, a lot of lag. We can log in the game, so hopefully everything is gonna be fixed as soon as possible. Today we're gonna focus on the Forge, guys. I've already heard a few questions way too many times. What's the best set from the Forge? How should I manage my resources? What should I focus in forging overall from all the pieces that I can get, etc. So today I'm gonna give you a few tips and tricks on how to manage effectively everything related to the Forge. So we have the Swift set, we have the Deflection set. These are 4-piece sets, you can get them from the Platinum Arena. Then we have the Resilience and we have the Perception set. Now, in my opinion, the best two sets, either if you're an endgame player, mid-game player or beginner, is Perception and Swift. Now, when you're early on in the game, you're kind of struggling with accuracy to land all the debuffs that your champions do. Then you might not have enough speed, or you might not have enough support to keep your champions alive, and that's when the Swift set comes in play. Is only a 50% chance to place unkillable when hit with a fatal hit on one of your champions that you're using it. Of course, using a Swift set and being able to actually get 4 pieces that are decent is much harder than getting 2 pieces, for example, from a Perception set. So honestly, the number one set in the Forge is definitely the Perception. It can be used on so many champions. Accuracy and speed is super universal overall on all the board of the champions here. Now, we have all these resources that we're getting them from Arena, we're getting them from Faction Wars, and some of them, again, they come from tournaments and events, like we're having the rank charms, the rarity charms, the type charms, and the substat charms as well. Now, talking about the substat charms, I really hope that they would allow us to use more than one slot for substat to actually increase the chances of landing that, but unfortunately it's only one. I really hope in the future they will kind of change it, add a couple more here to be able to add at least 2 substats charms to it, to actually be able to get something more special, to feel more special when you're actually doing this. But the way you should definitely considering using all the materials you get, you should definitely preserve the materials and make sure you have rarity charms and rank charms. Now, unfortunately for this, they're dropping in events and tournaments. I'm not sure if you paid any attention to the events and tournaments we have. They're super easy this time around, so this is just like a startup to get us hooked on it. But I would not expect them to be as easy as they're today. So we have the Classic Arena Takedown. How you guys can see here, we're getting all the charms to actually be able to increase the chance of selecting what sort of piece of gear we want. Then, if you're winning the top 3 here, you get more stuff, you get ranked, you get the rarity, and this is other stuff that you get from here, but it's not gonna be as easy from here on. I really hope they're gonna consider in keeping some of the top things that we need, like the rarity and the rank, in the milestone of every single tournament, and not stick it just to the top 3 of the player base, because that's gonna be annoying for a lot of players out there. Then we have this Dungeon Divers event, was super easy. We got the core hammers, the rarity charm, the substat charm. So overall will be a lot of grind. I can already tell you we will have better chances of getting something that we want than in the dungeons, and for the simple fact that if you look here at the crafting chances, we actually see clearly what are the actual odds on getting a specific piece of gear. So crafting odds, we have the default odds, and then we have them with charms. So you can actually have a quick look, and you see we have a default odds rare 67.5, epic 25, legendary 7.5. Now more or less is around the same in dungeons when you're talking about rarity. But then you're adding a charm, you up the legendary to 15%, the rare goes down to 35, and the epic goes up to 50. So that's super good that you're able to do that overall. Now, they did specify that they will bring a lot of new sets while the game grows and other stuff like that. So again, I'm super hyped to see new sets coming in play. Maybe to try to actually slowly break a bit the meta that we have at the moment will be amazing to be able to do that. Then we have the weapon, helmet, shield, gauntlet, chestplate, and boots. The crafting odds 16.67. Now, Each time you add a charm to it, to increase the chances for a chest place, for example, you can only add that charm once. And then every single other odd is gonna decrease, and the chest plate, for example, the one that you put a charm on, is gonna increase. So how you can see here, for example, if you use a shield charm, you will have 33.33 chance of crafting a shield, while the odds of crafting each of the other artifacts types will be reduced to 13.33 each. Now that's super good. Again, is a lot of RNG, of course, but another thing that I can tell you, everything on the board has equal chances. Default odds per substat for first substat only, 10%, 12.5, 12.5. Now I can guarantee you that when we're talking about dungeons, for example, if I'm trying to grind a speed set, I will not have the same chances of getting a HP percentage speed chest plate like I would have the chances of getting a HP flat chest plate from a speed set. So the odds here, they look much better than in the actual dungeons. Now, I have no confirmation about that, but for all the grind I've done and other hundreds of thousands of people, thousands of people, a lot of you actually, can confirm that as well by just paying attention to all the rolls and substats you're getting on the gear. It feels like it's super rigged overall, so here I think will be a good idea. Now, talking about that, so we said Perception is the #1 set, Swift is the second set in my opinion, and then when we're talking about Deflection and Resilience, is a bit a plus and a minus. Deflection requires 4 pieces, but you pretty much get the same thing like 2 sets from Resilience, just you get an extra thing to it. You have a 25% chance to deflect 1 debuff onto the attacker. Now, it's much harder, how I said, to be able to fill up a set of 4. It's much easier to fill up sets of 2 rather than a set of 4. So overall, I think Resilience is a better set than Deflection, because you have the possibility to use it with other sort of sets in the game. Now, when you're thinking in what sort of pieces to rank, so you're gonna use I'm actually gonna run a Perception one here for you guys. So I'm gonna use a rank charm, a rarity charm. I definitely don't wanna waste materials without using the right things on it. Then I'm gonna try again for a helmet. We tried for helmet before. I did got a helmet, but not perfect substats. Then you have the substat charm right here. I'll mainly go for speed, crit rate, crit damage, depends by the set that I'm running on. Now, considering that I'm running for the Perception set, I will probably choose to go with speed on it and hope that it's gonna drop me accuracy next to it, because I wanna get a lot of speed and a lot of accuracy on this to be able to make Member Dam series, my Talia, other similar champions like this with higher accuracy, higher speed, and that's just in my own priority for the game. For a lot of you guys, you can use them on attack champions, on defense champions. These sets are super universal, so keep that in mind. They can be used on almost every single champion. The only champions that are not viable for this specific set are champions that don't require accuracy, okay? Now, that being said, what do you guys think is better to try and get? Is a two-piece set, okay? So you can go on and on and on to try to get a chest piece, for example, with attack percentage or HP percentage. Maybe you will never get one because the odds are still not in your favor. You're not able to select the main stat that's gonna drop from there. So what I can strongly recommend you and advise you to do to be able to actually manage everything better, have higher chances to get better rolls, so you don't get screwed by RNG, is every time you do it, focus, weapon, helmet, shield. Now, once you got enough of these 3 specific artifacts at good quality with good substats, good rarity, then you should start focusing in getting a pair of boots, a chest piece, or a gauntlet. But first, in order to save a lot of resources and to actually don't get screwed by RNG, because the main stat, it can only be the same, either HP, either attack, either defense, and then it's all about the substats you're getting. I strongly suggest you to go for them. Now, I'm gonna go for this higher rank, higher rarity, and we want a helmet with a speed substat. Hopefully we're gonna get one. A legendary would be amazing. So we got a attack chest piece with speed, crit damage. It's not something that I will honestly consider in keeping, But again, I'm gonna roll another one. It's still for a helmet, so I have much higher chances to get something that I want. And how you saw, you actually have a chance to drop a chest piece, for example, that you might want just from mistake by trying to actually get your helmet. Like right now we got flat boots. Not great at all. Let's roll another one. See what's happening now. So we actually did 3 tries till we got a helmet. That's a 5-star as well, so how you guys can see is a lot of RNG, so I definitely suggest you to use your resources wisely. If no, you will be ending up in just getting bad quality gear and being out of all these parts that you actually need to use and to be able to craft the items, you know. But yeah, that's my main guide on it, guys. I hope you guys find it helpful. You found the best sets: Perception, Swift per Eye. If you don't have a good support champion, Swift per Eye, it can be a good set for you to be able to actually help you keep your champions alive. Deflection, I don't really see that much of a use on it, honestly. It might be used on some sort of support champions, tank champions. If you're not running immunity, if you don't have cleansers. Now, I'm super curious if, for example, I would use deflection on a clan boss team. What would happen if the clan boss stuns me? Am I still gonna transfer the debuff? I know the clan boss can be stunned, but because the clan boss can be stunned, is this set actually gonna try to transfer that debuff? Or considering that the clan boss cannot be stunned, is actually not gonna be able to deflect the stun, you know? I'm not sure about that, I haven't tried it, but that's another thing to keep in mind. If you're considering using it for clan boss, it might not work with the stun. It might try to deflect it, but not apply on the clan boss, so I'm not 100% sure. Again, resilience, HP, defense, tank champions. Like, if you want to build an Orok for arena, it might be super good for it. If you want to build some champions for clan boss and give them a set like this next to a lifesteal set, next to a stalwart set, again, can be a great idea. Same with the perception, it can be used for clan boss, arena, dungeons, in every aspect of the game. Super universal sets, especially these two here. Now, the Swift set is used in the endgame arena a lot. You can use it on attackers. Brachus is a super good champion for it. Tormin again can be good for it to slow down the enemy teams. You can use it on support champions, on your revivers. Like, if you manage to get triple rolls, quadruple rolls on speed, you can build a super fast arbiter with it, for example, and that can be a good clutch in some of the matches, but that doesn't guarantee you that every single time is gonna be a clutch. It's that 50% chance. You know how RNG works in this game. It's nothing too crazy overall, but just use your imagination. The sets can be used overall on a lot of champions. How I said, the weakest set in my opinion overall is the deflection set. 4 pieces. Then you have the resilience. If you're getting 2 sets of it, it gives you the exact same thing, but you have more utility overall for it. That was all for this video, guys. Make sure you're using all your stuff properly. Don't rush into it. Save your resources. Let the time pass. Collect all the right stuff you need to actually try and forge the things. Appreciate you guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for more content, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.